Here is a tap. That's the original box. The box was already emptied. The tap itself looks like this. It's for the bathroom. It has a shower, a long pipe. It has a rotating switch for sending the water to the shower and to the tap. It has to be mounted on the wall. Those are the two water entries, the warm and the cold. And it has one single arm for commanding the temperature and the quantity of water. Here we have some dimensions. 385 millimeters, that's the length. So it has a very long tap. It's almost 2 palms length. That's why I bought separately another one, a shorter one. These were not in the package. It has its own hose, which is extendable metal. Dirt can enter easily there. That's why I bought a separate one, which has a smooth surface. It's somewhat less flexible, rubber. So if this one cracks, you can see where it is cracked. This also has a rubber hose inside, but if that one cracks, you don't know where it is cracked. So this is metal, that's a type of plastic. R40D2, made in China. It's in Romanian, 23175, and it looks like that. That's the shower head. You can rotate that one, 2 to the left and 2 to the right. The water will be released in different patterns on those openings. It's plastic, shiny, covered. Here you can see it is plastic, it's not metal. This is the tap itself. It looks like this. So that element has to be rotated in order to switch between the tap and the shower. On the left is the tap, that is this one. And on the right is the shower, that is that one. This hose has to be attached there. This commands the quantity of water and the temperature of the water. Red is on the left side, blue is on the right side. That is, warm water comes in on the left side and cold water comes in on the right side. And it's released on those two, according to where you send it from here. This has a replaceable ceramic valve. You have to remove this tiny element, get it out, remove a screw and then lift this up. Then this portion has to be rotated and that can be removed up. That's how to replace it. These are rotating. In order to mount it horizontally on the wall, not to the right and not to the left, you have these eccentric elements. Those come in here. There are rubber O-rings also. Those have to be inserted. These are pretty thick. Insert them there. Take care because there was a central element also which was not cut out entirely, and make sure it's not entering inside. This has a larger diameter and a smaller one. The smaller one goes onto the wall and the larger one onto this part, so this will stay fixed on the wall and you will rotate this one according to the distance between the two hot and cold water. You can adjust it a little bit to the right or a little bit to the left and to the right, so that you can make this one not to the left or not to the right, but make it stay horizontal. So that adjustment is done by these two elements. Okay, then these cones will be mounted onto this one. Notice it enters on the small one and it goes to the larger one, larger thread. That can be screwed on. Make sure you're not cutting yourself. It almost cut my finger. So it looks like this. Now this one has to be attached to that one because there comes the shower. I will use this smaller one. It has a rubber O-ring inside, and this smaller portion can be rotated. It also has a cut here so that you can grab it with something, but take care not to scratch it. So the rubber ring will seal on the inside. Let's use the original one. The dimensions are identical. Initially you can rotate it, and voila, it's pretty long. The two ends are not identical. This has a larger element and this has a smaller element. And this should be mounted here, I guess. It also has a rubber ring here. It's transparent. Don't use any tools because these are plastic. That is metal. Now this one should be connected here. This also has a rubber O-ring. That nut can be pushed up or down, and just thread it on there, and that's it. So one is behind the other. This is close to the wall, whereas this comes further away. You can rotate it. Of course the wall will stop it, plus that hole also stops it. This should be mounted onto the wall using the screws. This is totally plastic, it's not metal. You can disassemble it. This portion can be rotated a little bit, up and down. Don't do it too many times because it's totally plastic. And that is just covering it. If you put it upside down, then it will not enter. One is higher, one is lower, so you cannot insert it the wrong way. You insert the screws there, on the top and on the bottom, then just put this on. As you can see, those are sticking out, and when the cap is pushed on, it enters. Now it's in one line. So the side is holding it. So that's the smaller one. As you can see, it's around 10 centimeters shorter. That's the package of the short one. It's 200, that is 20 centimeters in length. 3/4, that's the diameter on that end. You can buy this separately. And another factor is the length of these holes. This one is 2 meters. This one is, I guess, 1.5 meters. So this will reach further away. If you need water somewhere, then this one is longer. Plus you can clean it easier because the surface is smooth. Both of them are silver colored. This is plastic, that is metal. You can attach this one here and it will stay on the wall. That's why this is conical and it has lines in it. And the other one is hexagonal, so you cannot attach that one into this one easily. It also has a paper with multiple models. So this model is somewhat similar to this one, but not entirely. This has a different mechanism for sending the water to the head. This is a rotating type. This is pull up and push down type. Now this is smoother compared to the original one. This also has a rubber ring inside. By the way, the diameter is identical, so you can mount this here, but that will not enter there. So if it doesn't enter, then reverse it. And now this can be connected there. It is holding it. Rubber ring on this end also. Now remove the long pipe. And let's use the shorter one. You have to push it in first and then rotate it. So push it in and then rotate it. These end portions can be removed. Just unscrew them and that portion will come off. This has a metal mesh. This original long one has a plastic mesh. That's a filter plus aerator. Air is added to the water so that you have the perception that you are using more water, but instead you are using less.